So after having attended my first seminar in biomagnetism, I thought, I'm going to try this as soon as I get back to my office. And so when I did, the first patient that walked into the door had the worst pneumonia I've ever seen. And I had just finished a whole week of this seminar, and I thought, all right, now it's time to put it to the test. And so because he was with fever and respiratory issues and just he was in such bad shape, I felt like I should write a prescription for antibiotics, which I did, but I told him, hold off on it, let me do this new technique that I just learned with placing magnets on your body, and let's see how you do. I spent over an hour with him just placing magnets on his lungs, on his kidneys, all over his body to see if I can boost his immune system and start stimulating some drainage of his respiratory tract. And by the time the session was over, he was feeling great. And so I said, look, here's a prescription for antibiotics, and take them if you feel you need them, but let's give this therapy a chance and see what happens. And so I said, call me in 3 days. Well, he called me the next day at noon, and he's like, Dr. Garcia, I feel amazing. I slept great. I didn't have a fever, no night sweats. My breathing's, fantastic. I really feel good. And so I said, you know what? Come in another 2 days and let's see if this therapy holds. He came in 2 days later. He was in perfect shape. And so I asked him, I'm like, did you ever take the 2 antibiotics that I recommended? And he said, no, I felt great the entire time after you placed those magnets. And so I was blown away from the first patient that I treated immediately after the seminar. So I don't know, have you had any similar experiences?
Absolutely. When I attended your first seminar in February, it was probably only a month or two afterwards that I had a patient that came in. Her tongue was deviated to the left. We're thinking cranial nerves. She had been to a neurosurgeon. She had been to 5 neurologists, and this was for 4 years. It's been dealing with this for 4 years. And in a single session of biomagnetism, we are able to get her tongue to stick out straight. She couldn't even believe it, right? And it's even amazing to me as a practitioner and a medical doctor, when you learn this technique, it is just transformational. And you see it in your patients and your clients. And just her husband didn't even believe it, right? Able to stick out her tongue so she could swallow, right? She could eat food, right? Things that were very difficult. And we just continue to see miracles. It's amazing.
Yeah, it's a gift.
Absolutely. Well, it's been a pleasure.
Thank you
Absolutely.
very much.
You bet.